Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to uptown Charlotte at rain-soaked Bank of America Stadium. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Carolina Panthers. The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. From the 10. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A quick throw out wide to Fuller. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes it's just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Room here to run. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 for the Panthers as Corral gets him set at their own 25-yard line. Corral with it on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Play action here. Corral. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Tommy Trimble, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes. And this a very, very short kick. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw, Pickett. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Yeah, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going.
On third down, here's Taylor.
And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Slot man moves right. Try to punch it in with Taylor. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Panthers will get the football back. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it. Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Corral on second down.
And this one's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Third and long, Corral.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Well, that's not one you see very often on Aaron Donald because we know he's not trying to do anything intentional, but that time, just a little too late for the officials' liking.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10.
Here's Corral on first down. He'll fight his man, LaVisca Chenault. He's got room at the 30.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Corral with it, first down here.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
The Panthers at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Again, it's Corral.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Corral from the gun on third down here. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least. If they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
And this will not have the distance to get there. Short, no good, just under the crossbar, and that'll keep this a 1-point game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is a